Okay. Okay. Mm. Okay. So now I think it's 5:07. So let's start. So let me let me introduce you, Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Can you wave your hand to everybody?
Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you guys today. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yes. So let me introduce Jeff to everyone. So um, if you see the flyer, Jeff is currently a graduate student for master program in UCSD, right? And he's studying the computer science. And Jeff is also an AI programmer. So he was part of our team. He helped Equal Learning to program the AI. If you ever use the Equal Learning AI, he is part of our team, and he helped us to program this. So we have to thank him for inventing this human-centric AI. And also, he is the computer science teacher for GCS, the Grace Academy in 4S area. So if you ever took his class, you probably know about him in the GCS. And he's such a good teacher. So we want him to help us to teach the AI elite camp. Okay. So um, uh, Jeff, you can share the screen. I think you maybe have a PowerPoint or something. Can you test if you can share the screen?
Okay. Yeah. I was planning to use the PowerPoint, but yeah, I can
Oh,
still
okay,
get
no problem.
PowerPoint.
No,
It's
no
okay.
problem. Yes, you can just talk straight. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I can show because later I can demonstrate some of the part I use the AI as a tool, and also demonstrate one of my project, which is currently I'm still working with my mentor, who is the Google Cloud Director for AI. And
Mm,
yeah, it's just such blast. I have the opportunity to work with him and to have a diving deep on especially focus on Google Gemini and
mm-hmm.
to identify the misinformation and those things. I can show you guys later some of the prompt we used nowadays to solve some complex problems, such as like ChatGPT that can sometimes generate the false information that people may not easily identify. So yeah, I will show that later.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you, Jeff. And I think we should start with self-introduction, right? So,
Okay.
so Jeff, could you please tell us about yourself? We kind of know you're a graduate student there, but I also heard about your story. You say you are um, you really like online games, right? And I don't know if I can call you a gamer, but you really like the computer game. And then now you're in computer science and in graduate school. Could you please give us your introduction, like how'd you get here, or something you want to tell us?
Sure, yeah. So first of all, let me talk about like a little bit more background, like way earlier. So when I was 15, I moved from China to here to attend the high school. So and I graduated from Poway High School. I don't know if there is someone here that probably gonna go to the Poway High School or maybe later. But yeah, after I graduated from Poway High School, I go to the Myanmar Community College for 2 years. Then I transferred to UCSD for data science major. That's my bachelor degree. And then now I'm switched to the computer science major for my graduate degree, the master degree. So yes, I was a computer gamer for a quite long period. Like back then, I play a lot of online games, especially I still play today when I have a few times. But
What kind of
how,
game do you play? If
so
you don't mind to share.
Recently, the game I've been playing is League of Legends, but I'm not that good at that game. It's like a meaningful sport role, which because I'm personally like to play more like an individual game where you are like a RPG that I play alone and try to survive from a lot of end of the war environment such as that, where I can collect all the resources and just building stuff from there. And Minecraft, I used to play Minecraft a lot. And that's also another game that is you collect stuff and you build stuff alone. So that's what I mainly played before. But how can I switch that from the computer science is a kind of long story, but I can turn it into short because I think the way I play games is I like to building stuff. I like stuff that can combine together, that can sometimes create new stuff, or some stuff I just have to use it to survive or something. So I not just in the games, also like in real life, I like to building like toys. Like when I was very young, I like to play Legos and I can like build Legos to start from like something that's already tells you on the instruction, and then I can like try to be creative, which is use the components to build something that is maybe from my imagination that's not from anywhere on the internet. So those I would say that's my interest also is kind of become my passions. And when I go to the computer science at the earlier, I don't really know what is really the computer science or like data science. I just know like the games I played on the internet, they are actually the computer science, the programmer actually create those. So that's why, and also just like probably some of your parents are probably working as that or it just tells you computer science could be a good majors to study. So at that time I don't have like too much information to know what is really the computer science or to be a programmer. So I just studied as that. But then when I go to the community college, I've things changes. When you really take the course, it might not have be the one you think about that fun because every day I was just like looking at the code and like bunch of the code and I don't really sometimes it's very frustrated like you don't know how to solve the problem and you don't even know where is the problem come from. You have to find the problem. You have to debugging and it took me a long time because before the college, I never actually doing the programming before. My parents, none of them are like a programmer. So the only one that's close to the programmer is play the video game. I mean the computer games, which is not really the same thing.
Yes,
So
yes, that's not the same thing.
yeah, so it took me a while, and then but now I finally get used to it and I start to love it because when you see the final product like you build, it's not just the part of the components, it's the whole product that you build, and it's actually work the way you wanted it to work, and then you can also see other people who use your product and they like it, they love it, and sometimes they can be benefit from it. That is the great motivation that to me that make me proud of it or make me motivate to doing more of these kind of things in the future. And that's why I keep studying and I switch from data science to computer science because I know I want to build the product that can interact with the user, not just getting inside information for the company that can make a big like decision. That's what normally the data science in the bachelor degree normally do. Uh, so yeah, that's a little bit short in transaction how I become the computer science master right now. Yeah.
Mhm. That's a wonderful answer. And so can you also tell us, I think we're pretty interested about um, about your experience to join the UCSD school, the computer science. I think you told me that there are like three things or something maybe more that you may want to know before you choose UCSD. UC system is fairly big, right? I mean, it's a public school, so like the major course, the core courses you may have how many people in your class? Like a few hundred people? How many
Yeah,
people maybe in the like a
if
big
you are
class?
study in the computer science or data science major, yeah, the lot of especially the course classes is like around 200 to 300 per course. Even though they divide to different section, but there'll
Mhm.
be only one professor that's handling during that quarter for that class size. Yeah.
That is an amazing size. Yeah, I remember I told graduate school or just 50 students, it's already overwhelming. I couldn't imagine if I have to teach 300 students. And I just wonder how do you survive in that situation? And so kind of interesting, right? So can you tell us about the things you want, we have lots of students here, right? I think they have like a ninth grade, maybe 12th grade. They may be are applying for UCSD or UC Irvine, some UC system, or maybe some community college. Like, what do you want them to know before they choose the major, or they choose like a UC universities? Yeah, no, those three key things you talk about.
Okay, so I would say, well, the major. So you still have time if you haven't decided. Even like the people they go to, like me, when I go to co a community college, I don't have to decide a major yet, and you can always change your major from one to another, even you go to the like UCSD. But thing is, like when you really does that join in the middle of the part, and sometimes the time could be wasted. And later, when you find out that some majors that you don't like it, you can still switch to the other majors. But the time you spend on the first one and the start point, you are already kind of like behind the other people who choose that major from the beginning. That's something if you can know something earlier, you can avoid that parts. So that is what I want you guys probably can have a chance to do is to take a look, not just search online to nowadays a lot of things you can search online to find out what that major could be and which school they have the better rating for a certain of a major. But the thing is, when you really not just study the major, because one day you're probably gonna work as, for example, the computer science, you probably work as a programmer. Uh, it's a little bit different than what you can actually search from internet. Because when you actually work on develop a product, a applications, that is a real life later when you are in any of the company, you're probably just doing that same thing over and over again. It may sound boring, but it's not. So not all of you will be better for this kind of major than the other of the majors. So we all have maybe different ways exploring the things and have different passions. But to spend time to do the real stuff instead of just going some of the academic course, that is important, and that's where you can really see the inside of the daily life as a programmer or as any other career. If you do what they do when they are in a job, not
Mhm,
just like when they are studying that class. So that
mhm,
way you might find out, okay, if that is something I want to do in the future, or if that's something I don't really want to do in the future. Because I
mhm,
have a lot of friends who is also study computer science or data science major at a bachelor, like a bachelor degree. And some of them, they later find out that is not what they really like, and that's not what they really think that computer science should be. So they decided to switch to other major, like apply math, and some switch to finance majors, which are also good majors. But the thing is, the time they spend, and they already be frustrated from the studying the computer science because they
Mm,
don't really like it. They don't figure out why that coding is that, how that makes sense. It's already gives them a lot of like frustrating moments.
mhm,
So when they come back, start a new journey, new majors, it takes longer than like freshmen's. But
mm,
in the end, they still get a great result. But just the time they told me if they know this ahead of time, they probably won't choose this to start with. So that's something if you can explore the especially the product, the project that in the real life that could be very beneficial if you are very young, so that you can see more inside of it, not just taking more computer class. Some of the computer class they only teach you the concept, which is important, but you still don't see the whole picture of that. Yeah.
mm. And anything more? More insight?
About choosing the major or yeah, choosing the school, right? Or
It's just like the key things you think they should know in this, because they are high school students, right? Or maybe some of them are middle school students. So what would you recommend them to kind of know before they choose their major or school?
oh, yeah, this is also important, and this is a change that when the time when I was at that age, the AI, the ChatGPT is not that smart yet. So I don't really have to worry about which major is gonna be survived or which major is gonna be shift changes. But nowadays, with the AI, with all these fancy tools that's available, probably maybe you guys haven't heard yet, but your parents probably heard a lot of the similar questions like, will the AI replace some of the career or some of the jobs,
Hmm.
especially like the programmer? Will the
Yeah,
AI
yeah, yeah.
replace the programmer? And I would say the answer is no, actually. So this is also not me, but it's also the my mentor who's from the Google, the giant tech company. They mentioned it. So the AI is now the tool. It will replace a lot of basic jobs, but being a programmer, being a data scientist, or being other major it's it give you the advance so you can do more than what you can do before. So AI is a tool that can help the programmer to save time, don't worry about like the basic stuff, so they can use their time to develop more complex, more advanced software. And that
Mm,
is what all the company nowadays wanted to do. They want to hire the people who know how to work with AI, who knows how to develop the code with AI, so they can have the advantage when they coding or develop the software. Because if you are like this is not just for the career, also in the study, like nowadays when you go to college, if most of my professor from UCSD allows the people to work with AI, so they don't call you this is gonna be cheating if you
oh,
use
okay.
tools like AI. So
So sometimes it is allowed.
they actually encourage, especially
Oh, okay.
for the data science department, because yeah, this is a story. The professors they also like try to invest, spend time to analyze how to teach the class with AI, how to the student or the professor can be beneficial from AI. Not just
Mhm.
they want to save time. It's more like they can make the academic, the level, the project, and all the things be higher level. So that is they want also create something in a higher volume since the AI can provide those opportunity. So
Mm,
yeah, they actually encourage the people to use AI to try to explore what the AI can do. If you use AI, will your result be better or maybe not? Because AI is not like 100% correct. So
mm,
sometimes when you're using the AI, especially when you go to college, it's not like naive question. You have to ask more complex question, and sometimes you have uh, to correct the answers the AI given. You have to identify those answers not correct, and then you have to manipulate or telling the AI to eventually give you the correct answers. So
mm,
those are the skills that some professors don't teach you, and you have to explore by yourself. And it's very important, not for the academic, but it's actually for any major, any career. You will have to use AI at some point in the future.
hmm. Hey, Jeff, since you touched that point, just remember you say you have something to show us. And do you mind to kind of show us something, what you talk about? I think we would be very interested. How you talk about how AI can impact our future. And, like how does AI help you to do the programming part or some of the project you're doing? Do you mind to share us something? Well, I think we kind of look at we know some example like, oh yeah, you can tell AI to create animation, the movie or picture. We know a lot about those, but those things usually don't help us in our like, study or work. But I think those things really impact you is if AI can help you to write part of the program and for you to have a better like a starting point, you can shorten the time for developing a real world program. How do you do that? Okay, just I give you freedom whatever you want to show us, but if you can show us a little
Sure,
bit, we'll
sure.
be um, interested. Yeah.
Okay, so first off, let me, I really want to share this. This is the prompt. Maybe I can show something before this. So, or just part of the prompt. Maybe this one. Can you guys see my screen?
It's a little bit small. You have way to kind of enlarge a little bit the font.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, just zoom in the ratio.
So is this better? But I
Yeah, yeah,
think
yeah.
that
Much
okay.
better.
So this is a project. So I just partially copy the prompt. Oh, I probably have to show this in somewhere else. Hold on, let me show a different way. Okay. Oh wait, did I show the correct one?
And for the participants here in the Zoom, if you click the view and then you click the full screen, you probably can see the full screen mode. So you don't see like everyone, like you don't have to like have us to occupy your screen. You can see Jeff his screen, full like a full screen. Oh, like this. Yeah, I can see it with a full screen. You may like
Still have to
make
log in.
the zoom a little bit so we can see your the way you do. We like to
Okay.
see how people work and how AI can help us to work.
Sure, sure. So I just want to show this example, and this is a project still ongoing with the mentor from Google. So the project is mainly focused on identify the misinformation and disinformation. So to identify if the ChatGPT tells you something that's not true. And we
Mm,
especially focus on like the news articles because nowadays when you see not just on the news, maybe on TikTok, they might tell you something and you don't never heard about before, and sometimes you may just trust the information you heard from it, and which is not always true, right? And some
Mm-hmm.
of the
Correct.
information they are giving, or especially on the news article, is actually ChatGPT generated.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that is very dangerous for nowadays. If people want to get all information from internet, you have to have the sense. And the ChatGPT or Google Gemini, they did a very great job to convince people that it's actually true. But in reality, a lot of the things, especially the articles, if the author they have a lot of biases, they might want to tell some story in their ways, not in the real reality. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Especially for politicians, there's a lot of things in
They
the
tell you like one
politician.
side story, huh? Make it
Yeah.
perfect for
So
you and very
this is the
convincing.
project, and I want to show is a part of the prompt because one of the skill nowadays, not just for the computer science or data science major, is how to prompt in a way that the large language model like ChatGPT or Google Gemini can performance better or can like performance the way that you want it to performance. So how to tell to let the ChatGPT understand it fully to serve for you is a skill nowadays. A lot of company wants the people to have this kind of skill. So this is the prompt, and maybe I'll make it smaller, just let you guys see how large it is. This is just preset prompt. And this is not even the system prompt. Okay, we have another individual training part only for the system prompt. But
Mm-hmm.
this is a preset prompt, which is kind of like the same way as the system prompt, which it gives the ChatGPT a task to how to encounter the problem. So the product we develop is once we give article like a PDF form or any type of form, then the ChatGPT will have the ability to analyze based on the factuality factors, which are the factors we use to identify or quantify the truth or liar, such as like biases. Those are like I won't go to too much detail because this is kind of like hard to understand. But it just see how the prompt the structured. It looks like ChatGPT generated. It's actually partially ChatGPT generated, but we put the way like this. There's a reason to do structure like this. Okay, this is a professional way. It's not just that we just use ChatGPT to generate the prompt and we just copy paste there. It's there so the way it will make the ChatGPT or Google Gemini to easily understand the structure, the way you want it to be. And we tells the what are the factors you should be and the definition of each factors. And then we also include some helper function, which is another high level stuff that can trigger some of the function that will give more detailed information and sometimes combining with the software, other software that can give more insight or information that can help uh, solve the problem. And this is
Mm-hmm.
another part we use is to self-iterate. So to trigger the part Gemini to self-learning and to improve from their previous questions. And this is important. Sometimes they can give you one answer response, and that could be wrong. If they get that answer and try to ask themselves again, sometimes they can be improved from there, and they can find the mistakes that you don't have to find them for them. But
Mm-hmm.
this is not really reliable yet. So, but it's a way you can use to fine tuning the response. And this is what we want the output. Since this is a programmer, so we want the output to be a JSON file. So we have to give like a structure what the file should be and what the key value should be. So that way we can, when we get the response, it will response, the structure we want it to be. It's not just a like chunk of text. It's a JSON format. So
Mhm.
I now
Jeff,
copy this. Yeah.
can I ask you because before we lost you, because it's too deep into that, they haven't learned
Oh,
about the JSON and the proper, right?
oh
So,
yeah.
can you briefly tell us how this AI is helping you to achieve the work? Like, say, how does it help you to do the work?
Oh yeah. So when I put all this information, yeah, well, this is a more like a deeper version, and normally I don't do this like when I was daily use it. So when I daily use, there's another example. This is a game I created solely with the ChatGPT. So it's I don't know any of you played the Chinese Go game before. So this is when I joined one of the
这个
room
是围棋吗？
围棋是的，
哦，
然后
这个是一个围棋 Go
so
game，OK，
and I can have a second screen and there's another player who can join the same room. And this can be not on the same computer. It can be like everybody can join it. But every room had to be only two players. Other people can just look at what they are playing. Oh, maybe I should refresh it. All right.
So did
So
you say that AI help you to kind of write the part of the program? Can it help you to shorten the time you develop a program?
yeah, so this is the game that's fully functioning, and this is the history. Oh, hold on. I used it communicate with ChatGPT, and see the beginning part. I would just draw my ideas like a Go game because I watch a movie. I really like these kind of games, so I want ChatGPT to just develop the game. And when I just only shows this part of the chat, and then it give me the code and the Foley code, the HTML, and then I was just getting to. I started to build the parts on top of it because I know they're gonna involve the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and then it just I know how to asking the question. The question when you're asking, you don't have to be long because it's how the valuable the things you put inside it can triggers to give you the best response that you need. And then it just I keep adding the things and adding the logic.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
then you will start to modify the code previously. And I use another software to try to test it while we are like talking, so I can see what is actually going on, like in the real testing product. And I like at the beginning it's only like 10 by 10, I believe. That's why I changed like 19 by 19 because that's the real size of the Chinese Go game. And then I just keep asking things to improve it, and then it keep giving me. And this part is the roots of the Chinese Go game. And
Oh. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So look
it,
like you can describe in like a human natural language. If you know how to ask the right question, you can step by step direct the ChatGPT or other GPT AI to help you to construct the program. Maybe this is 90% usable and you can modify from this point.
yeah, but yeah. So you had to know the how any games like HTML games they uh, what's the components and when you're because I want to develop deploy those things on the free internet.
Hmm.
I don't want to like spend any dollars when develop
Yes.
deploy those things. So those
Hmm.
are the knowledge. If you don't know, you probably don't know how to ask ChatGPT. And but since you already know those, and you know when you're building any project, you know you start from very small. You don't give all the detailed information at once. Then
Hmm.
ChatGPT can lead you, or you lead the ChatGPT to build the stuff, the final product. If it just give you a bunch the details at one time, you
Mm-hmm.
might be easily get lost, or the response could be a lot of like bugs in there, and you don't know how to debug that parts. It's just because
Mm-hmm.
that's too much. And yeah, so to know how to ask ChatGPT, to know how the any product application that the step by step how they build it, that can help you to utilize the ChatGPT to build something that you cannot build alone, or you have to take a month to build it or
Mm-hmm.
self-study, then you can build it. So this is important if you know how to talk with ChatGPT in a application develop way mindset. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Jeff, I think that's a really good demonstration. I think we have students here, they may be interested in finance and they may be interested in art, music, or something. For you to sh when you show me this example, I think AI is getting into every field. In every field, nowadays students need to learn about how to use AI because at first you need to know the fundamental knowledge, right? So when AI give you something, you need to be able to judge this is correct or wrong so you can improve from it. So you need to be smarter than AI. And then second, even you are smarter than AI still can help you to increase your productivity. So that part will change a lot of things. So if you study in finance, like when I was in graduate school, we write finance program, and it was really hard to draw data from the Wall Street and then display it. If I know how AI can help us, maybe it just generate 80%, 90% of code, and I can modify it to our use, and that will shorten the productivity, shorten the lead time to the market, right? So it look like everything, if you want whatever you want to study, sports or something, you kind of have to learn about AI, just like a basic knowledge, a basic skill in the future, right?
Yeah, I think there are three key skills. No matter what major you are studying, you have to uh, learn this. Especially the earliest you learn, the earliest you can be benefit from it. So the first is what I talked about before is how to prompt. So how to ask a question efficiently, and the AI can knows what you are really think about it and what the answer you are really looking for it. So the AI can serve the best way to you. So this doesn't matter what major you are or what the question, how complex the question could be. It's just like you have to know how to ask the question to AI. Okay, it's and this sometimes is not like how to ask the question in real life, because the AI you can text it and you can have some of the format. So
Mhm.
that's the one skill. The second skill I would say is know the basic about the programming language. Is so
Mm,
you don't have to study like very um, I would say this will be more for the STEM majors. Once you know some basic about the Python or about like HTML, such as that, when the AI sometime when you have some of project, the AI give you the code, you know how to identify the potential problem or how to actually understand the code that the AI give to you if you know
yes. Hmm.
the basic from about programming. The third one I would
Hmm.
say is you probably have to know the basic about the data structure, how the data works, and
Hmm.
because the AI, when you use AI, if you want to use AI, the best way is to give the data, the data that is from the, for example, like finance. You probably have your own data that you want to give
Hmm.
them. Before you give
Right.
them, the data can be also have its own structure. Sometimes
Right.
you have to add let the GPT to better understand the structure. You can copy paste the entire code or entire CS the files, but if you can specify which column or which quantity you wanted the AI to specially look for it, or
Hmm.
like sometimes just to clean the data. Because if you just give a lot of things to the AI, it's not always the efficient way. The AI will
Hmm.
give you the better answer. Most of the
Hmm.
time, when you give a lot of the data, a lot of data will become noise, which means
Hmm.
it will actually negative affect the AI to give you the not accurate answers. So how to give the data, the resources that the AI really helps AI is another key point. So you have to know something about the data. You don't have to
Hmm.
study the data science, but you have to know data because a lot of career they have to use AI. They probably have their own data, and
Hmm.
yeah, that's another way you have to learn.
Right, right. Like you say, like finance, right? Finance, everybody, there's a lot of finance, like individual have credit score as your zip code, your age, your gender, all these kind of thing. These are collected by like a credit score company. They calculate your credit score, how much you can borrow, how much you can do that. So they kind of overall give you a credit score or something like that. So knowing clearly the structure of the data and then be able to structure that and give to AI, tell them the meaning, what this mean, and then how you want to use it. I think that's a key. Because in the future there will be more and more data, right? So and you have to crunch the data so the data can tell you, the AI can help you to interpret it and good use of it. So okay, that's pretty cool for the free thing, the key thing you want us to learn. That's pretty cool. So, how about this? We don't have much time, so I think we need to jump to other sections. So another section, I will just quickly brief about the AGI, the AI competition, and then maybe Jeff, if you can also tell us about the AI camp you're going to teach next coming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right? Okay. So just let me share the screen quickly for everyone. So many people ask me, they don't know what is the AGI. So kind of show you. Okay. Can you see my screen for the AGI? You
Yeah,
can see my
yeah.
screen share. Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay. So AGI stands for Amazing Grace Institute. This is a local not-for-profit organization. Um, a lot of these are happening in the Grace Academy that Jeff teach the computer science. So if you go to the amazinggraceinstitute.org, you can see their mission. This is a faith-based organization, and that really love to cross over to people, connect to people, and care about people and the service including for next generation, for families, for elders. Like every Friday, we saw a lot of elders were picked up by the van, and then they came to the GCS for attending something like an English class or something. And also for us is they want us to develop in the next generation mission, like a passion camp, the AI elite camp that we're going to teach next Wednesday. And this one I'm going to tell you is if you go to the service and the AI app innovation challenge. Okay, this one is the intelligence education um, AI app innovation challenges. Okay, so in 2025, September 27, then we're going to host the competition. So there are different category, different tracks. Like you can develop AI for community service, for health service, environment, global education, next generation, AI for the families, elders or youth. These are kind of like application types, right? So um, we can develop, you can kind of have AI in the app, like a traditional app, say like a mobile app, Android app, iOS app that can utilize the AI to help in one of the categories, right? Or you can develop an AI service that is in web and cloud based, like a web page, right? So like there's some like web page, you go there and you can generate the movie or picture or something. And what you're going to develop is some AI program that can be beneficial to the community, to the like a health service or environment or etc. Different applications. And then these are like a judging criteria. So not only having a product, but we also need to present. I think the way they present is either online presentation. So you don't actually go to the GCS or like a SDSU or UCSD, the school, to present that. What we can do is, I think it's online or pre-recorded, but you have to show your PowerPoint, your present your project, kind of demonstrate your project. If you develop a phone app, if you develop a cloud-based web app, then you demonstrate that, and then you show how it can benefit the society. Okay, so these are like a judging criteria for innovation, creativity, the broader impact, the clarity of the objectives, the technical implementation, and the presentation communication. So everything like these are important, kind of equally evaluated. And to submit your project, the deadline is September 4. So if you go to Jeff, his camp, that's already kind of August 1st, right? So we still have a little bit time. Um, you can polish your project, make sure your presentation is pretty good, record yourself, and then you need to register and submit before September 4. Okay. And then you can form a team up to 4 students, or you can compete individually. If your project is kind of pretty much from your idea, you can for sure just compete by yourself, or you can form a team up to 4 students. For sure, you cannot include your parents or teacher. The teacher only kind of help you if you have bug or something, but the idea need to come from you, the effort need to come from you, okay, individually. Okay, so there are presentation guideline, how much time you should do for product introduction, the app or innovation demonstration of your product, what is the future impact and conclusion that you can draw from your product. Okay, so just I will put this link to the chat, and then and you can just reference it. So now let me stop share. I think I want to give the rest of time for Jeff to talk about your class. Okay.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys see the flyer from the uh, maybe I can share the flyer again or but yeah, so the class is gonna be 3 days starting on the Wednesday, the next Wednesday, which is I think July 30th. And then every day is from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. So 3 hours per day. And then we will utilize the most of the class time to learn. We still have to learn the fundamentals, especially I know some of you never learned any of programming before, which is fine. This class is designing for like you don't have to learn all this ahead of time, and you can still be benefit from it. So during each day the classes we will have the lectures and we will have the learn the fundamentals and then most of the fundamental knowledge comes on the first day and then we will start the project. We start from the app application project first and then oh before that we had to we already gave a system that's from equal learning that you can use that system to see how to manipulate the data, how to like prompt engineering, how to use the AI to help you like building a product, and then from that back end of view, and then we use that to build a front end for the application, a mobile application. Use MIT App Inventor, and then we will mainly work on the project. So it will have some homework for you to do, so that way we don't have to spend a lot of time in the class to just building the project. But we will have most of the time on second day, which is Thursday, to go through in detail. So I will lead you guys from step by step to building the app applications. And then you have to then think about it, or you probably gonna have to think about it on the first day to build your own project. This project could be also the project you want to go into the competition that Dr. Lucas mentioned before, or it's just for this class. If that's something you're interested in, you don't want to go to the competition, that's totally fine. So you will have to think about the project you wanted to create. Then on the second day, you were also working on that project. On the last day, the Friday, we will study and mini build a web-based build a website, and then also embed the product you got it from the first day on your website. So that way, it will be a web application. So you will have a chance to designing your own websites that is related to the product. So it's gonna be a fun journey, and I would say it's intense, but it will have a lot of knowledge and it will be fun, especially when you're building your own stuff. It will be really fun. And at the end, we will have a short presentation so you guys can look at each other's project products, and we can give each other the feedbacks. And then hopefully after the class, we can also have communication where you can, if you still have a question, you can ask me via the email. So the class is not just stopped on Friday. It will be, hopefully, it will be a lifelong journey, and we can keep in touch. And hopefully, it will learn a lot from this class. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Okay. Um, Yeah, thank you, Jeff. And I try to post the link. Kind of the links is kind of truncated. Let me find a better link for that. So how about this? Let's open some like a Q&A time for you guys to have question with Jeff. You know, you can treat Jeff as a big brother, and he's more senior than you for sure, and has much more experience, been through the college and those struggles. So if you have any questions, let's just it's a kind of open question time. So yeah, let me find out the link. And Jeff, you can, you guys can feel free. You can, if you don't want to talk, you can just put in the chat, right? You can put in the chat as Jeff the question, or you can just open your microphone and ask any question like you have regarding what he say, or the UCSD school. You may never been there, so you may never take a class from there before. So you want to know, oh, what is school? Do you really like this school or something? We can get insights from you. Okay, yeah. Any question? Nathan, you want to ask a question?
Or
Let
yeah,
me
I can.
or
Yeah, I
yeah,
want
just
to go
you can
into
think about one question. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can think about any question. And I before you guys go, I want to talk about a little bit more about the college life, especially in UCSD. So I don't know other schools, but when you go to the college, things a lot of time when if you are going to the CS or DS majors, the thing is when you study each course, they like display the whole product like progress into smaller pieces. For example, you have to study the basic Python the language. Then you probably study some part of it, maybe the algorithm, or just like how to do the visualization. But those individual classes and the teacher, the things they don't really have a good communication. Or, for example, the UCSD, when they designing the classes, they don't really design the way that they expect you to learn something before you take this class, but they don't put it as a requirement. For example, I remember one of the classes for me is to it's called the data visualization, but we what it really does is actually we have to put the data, the visualization of data on the web page, but we never have any website building classes at UCSD before, especially for the data science major student. We don't have such class. So the teachers actually expect us to know the basic knowledge, how to build a website, and then you should take that class. But nobody, I think like most of the people, students in that class never built any website before. Uh,
Real?
yeah,
Oh
because
no.
well, this is the thing. So I think they should just adding a class. I don't know if they're adding right now a website building class, but yeah, at that time they don't have a class that is only for building a website.
Hmm.
So the professor used the first few weeks just focus on the basics, all to how to like build the website. He don't really teach the HTML. Those are the things you have to self-study, which I agree. So you don't have to really learn like have a teacher to teach you that, but you have to spend time to self-learning. So there's the things. Some of students they actually did that before. They actually built a website before, so they have the advantage to actually ahead of other people. So when the time other people struggle the basics, they are actually already starting creating their own project. Because nowadays, a lot of STEM class, like a computer science class or data science class, the professor actually asking the student in the end to show a final project instead of a final exam. So they no
Hmm.
longer have the exam anymore, but instead of that, you will be either build as a team to build a final project or build individually as a final project. And then since they have extra time and they build something before, so they have more clear the idea and the passion to know what they really want to build. So they
Hmm.
take extra time, and when they asking question to the professor, well, remember when I said the classes are actually gonna be like 100, 200, or even 300 size to utilize those resources from the teacher, from the TAs, from the graduate students is very beneficial. But if you are struggle on the basic, when you're only asking the basic knowledge during the office hour, it's really, I would say, it's kind of like waste time because you should use the time more wisely to ask some like more real important question. So if you nowadays if you do some of a project ahead of time, you know the basic knowledge and you know what you should learn or what you should do in the future. You have some passion
Hmm.
on certain area. When you go to the college, when you study that similar class, you will be ahead of most of people. And at the end, when you turn out the project, you will not only easily to get the grade, the A plus grade, you can also the project you are working on that can shine, and the either the professor is gonna invest you into their research lab, which happened to my friend before because he actually built a lot of things before. So he
Hmm.
that has that advantage. And sometimes you can also get an internship very easily because your project is more uh, like advanced and more to the meaningful. So this is also the my mentor gave the suggestion to me. because I asked that same question before. How can I get hired to company like Google? What should
Hmm.
I do? And the mentor just tells me to work on some real project, especially the
Right.
project had to be meaningful, because
Mm.
a lot of students they all graduate from the same high school, I mean same college, and maybe they get a 4.0 GPA, and I would say a lot of people gonna get 4.0 GPA. So those are not as much important as what it has before. So nowadays,
Mm.
the company they are looking for people who actually create the project outside of academic journey. So
Hmm.
that ways they know this student actually can handle something very quick, and
Hmm.
yeah, just once I give you a test, you can just go for it. So that's the someone they want to hire, or that's someone they want to internship. Yeah. So I would say build the project outside of academic journey, build some project that's very meaningful, and especially
Hmm.
build a project that you are really passionate because then you can go deeper, not just build all different kinds of project and just stay as the basic. That's not really helpful for your project portfolio. You have to go deeper. Yeah.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. So Jeff, let's just share the screen again. I think we forgot to mention one point for the class. The class is actually try to make our middle school and high school student to go through a mini but complete software development project. So give you a sense of what is the like a real world experience. How do you create a product from concept to actually doing it and then design it and then implement in like a mobile app or a web app or both. Okay. And then go through a complete cycle with the experience from people actually develop the program, the software. So there are many teacher or people can teach things, but they may not actually doing it, right? So it's very good to go with Jeff. Like you can see his background, you can see his project. He's the one who actually do it, right? Then you can learn from the person who actually do the software, and then you can decide that, I think I really like this, right? I really love the way we can create a product from the concept to a real product in 3 days. And I love to put a lot of effort to improve it. Then you may say, yes, I can do it as a software engineer. Or you can say, yes, I like to take this AI power and I can make it a big help into my like a finance major, or I can make it to be part of my biomedical journey. I want to be a doctor, but I also want to utilize the AI power to help me to diagnose a disease, right? That's very important in the future, right? Like a cancer research or anything like that. So I think that's the purpose of this camp. It's short, but it's also going to be beneficial that you learn from Jeff, his experience, and he can watch you go over your project and give you kind of a real life experience. Okay. Mm. Oh, Jeff, actually, there's another question. I think
Yeah.
someone asked a very good question about computer science is that still a good major to study in? What do you think?
Yes, it is. It's still, and I would say company nowadays, even though I don't know, you probably heard of or your parents heard of the lot of company actually uh, kind of like have a financial difficulty to like hire that. But the way this is, and this I like lot of giant companies there had chief, executive chief. They all mention this like the AI, the way the AI is working is like it helps the company to build more advanced product, not
Mhm.
to save the cost. Okay, so the way they say this is in the future they should hire more people who knows how to build software with AI. Okay, so
Mhm. Mhm.
nowadays the college, the professor I mentioned it before, the professor also want to study the AI because they want to know how because this is the future. So any
Mhm.
programmer they had to build a program with AI. So how
Hmm.
this gonna be work and how they gonna change the way they teach the class. They used to teach a
Hmm.
class, they still teach the fundamental like from programming language, and you have to learn a lot of algorithm and how to like improve the speeds and the to make the process to be very fast. So those
Hmm.
they still teach it, but the thing is they had nowadays the focus is towarding to a little bit shift. The interview job now is have a question. They used to have question that is asking algorithm question, which they give you a question, a data set. They ask you to give bunch code that will solve that question. But nowadays, well, a lot of company when they give the interview to hire people, they ask, they give shows the prompt, the response that's from the ChatGPT generated. So those are three response, and they are related to the same coding question, and they ask you to identify which of the response is better and why it's better, and what the following up question should you ask based on those response. So what they actually doing is now they are asking you to use the AI to like coding. But when you're coding with AI, you should have the ability to see how the AI response will be actually beneficial or like pushing the developer process forward. And you sometimes identify what are the issue that is from that response. So when you're asking the follow-up question, you
Hmm.
can ask straightforward to debug those issues. So
Hmm.
that's the ability they nowadays want to seeking for their candidate. Also, when they asking the question during the interview, they still asking the question about the algorithm, but now they are
Hmm.
focused on system design, which is another used to be higher level position, but now they asking everybody, even during the internship, they ask you how to designing a parking lot structure system and how you design that. So you probably had to think about what are the components in the parking structure. You probably need a pay station, and then you have
Hmm.
to have
Hmm.
either the car gonna go in, and then you probably have to display the availability, and the
Hmm.
different size of the parking may have different price. And
Hmm.
what will be the priority? Like, if you only prioritize three from them, what are the three
Hmm.
most important point you will be should start first? So they
Hmm.
asking the logic from
Yeah.
a
The
developer.
thinking process, if you are
Yeah,
logical, right? They are testing
yeah,
you like a portion you never encountered before and out of your scope, right? Hmm.
that's true. Yeah, and you probably don't learn that from academic journey. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, that's wonderful. So, okay, any more questions? Okay. Yeah. At the same time, if you don't mind, if you haven't do that, you can leave your name and the contact email. You can private message me, and what we can do is we're going to send you the Amazing Grace Institute's future classes and competition information, and we'll keep you in the loop. Okay. Yeah. So I think sorry we're already over time for 15 minutes. I really apologize for that. Maybe you guys need to go cook or Jeff need to go for dinner or something. We're going to have another session. Is it 8 p.m. tonight, right? Jeff, so you need to go dinner quickly and come back 8 p.m. So the 8 p.m. That interview will be in Chinese. Unfortunately, Jeff is like it's really good in both languages, right? So in that 8 o'clock session, we're going to use Jeff your Mandarin skill to brief to parents, and then we will talk about the question that parents care about, they want to ask. So I think that's pretty good. So how about this? I think we probably just call stop here. If you still have a question you want to ask Jeff privately, probably just have the next 5 minutes. That's the max. Otherwise, I can let you go. How about that? All right. So if you feel you have more question, we can come back 8 o'clock, and Jeff and I will be here hosting. Okay, sounds good. So